Good morning. How is everybody doing this beautiful Friday morning? We'd like to thank you all for joining us this morning on Friday, October the 30th, for our employability and soft skills portion of our 19th annual Education and Career Expo. A lot of great information has been shared this week on behalf of employers, on institutions of higher education about the programs of study. And today we we bring it all back to the opportunities once you're in that career field, how to help you out in customer service session right now at 9. We have using social media at 10, dressing for success at 11, and then at 1 o'clock we have a very great presentation about technology while at work, which the day and age now that we live in, we need to be mindful of that when you're on, at your job. So the expo, like I've said, for those of you that have joined us, began in 2004, and it was an opportunity for employers to showcase careers. In addition, colleges and universities related education opportunities provide an exposure to high school students, juniors and seniors, to be able to give you an opportunity to learn about the career field that you may be interested. So that was Monday through Thursday. All of those videos will be uploaded to our YouTube page. It's been a busy week, so if you give us a few days, we hope to have them up early next week for your viewing pleasure and for any educators out there for you to be able to utilize them in your classroom. So thank you for that. We hope you have a great session here at 9, and we're going to get going. We'd like to thank our partners. Major partners for the Career and Education Expo is Workforce Solutions Cameron. They are a vital part of what we do here with the Expo, and also the Rio Grande RGV lead, Rio Grande Valley lead, Lincoln Economic and Academic Development. My name is Luis Rodriguez. I am the Executive Director of RGV lead, and want to thank you for being with us today. We had 2 great sponsors this year. We have a gold sponsor of Texas Gas Service, along with a bronze sponsor of the Harlingen Manufacturers Association. So we want to thank them for giving us, believing in us and making a financial contribution to make this event successful. While we don't anticipate any technology difficulties, please bear with us in case there's any. We have seen some throughout the week, but we do our best to work through them, so thank you. And I can't forget our Expo Committee. Our Expo Committee has been vital. We've been meeting since the early parts of June on a monthly basis to bring this Career and Education and Career Expo to you all, juniors and seniors, to help you as you move down the path to graduation and then getting ready for, higher education, along with getting ready for the workforce. So thank you to all of our committee. You'll see them listed. We have our institutions of higher education, we have local school districts, along with several different employers that made this possible. We know that because of the pandemic, we couldn't meet in person. Made a decision to make this event virtual, and I think it's really paid off, and we've had a lot of great feedback. So aside from any technical difficulties, we've done our best to bring you as much information as we can throughout the week. So customer service, it's very important in the workplace. A lot of times you think, oh, customer service, when you're working, it's going to be toward your customer. There's internal customer service between, your coworkers. There's, other agencies. The individual, let's say at Whataburger that comes in that orders that burger. There's so many other forms of customer service out there, and these are some of the takeaways that we have gotten in speaking to a lot of different individuals, and they're listed here: positive attitude, good communication skills, ethical, empathy, personal responsibility, attentiveness. Attentiveness is big in customer service. You need to make sure that you're being attentive to the needs of the individuals that you're working with. That's key. Learn. This expo has been, it's really, it's your desire to learn, whether it's part of career clusters and the the workforce that we were showing you Monday through Thursday, or today, on the employability skills. Professionalism, time management skills, that's a big one. Please make sure, as you continue to, further yourself, make sure you work on time management skills. As you get into college, you're going to realize that, you set your schedules, and that's important, right? Can master the time management skills. I think once you get into the workforce, you're going to be better off. Confidence, product knowledge, willing to go the extra mile. That's always key in customer service. That always lends itself, the next time you need to deal with, whether it's the organization, the customer, they're going to remember you. They're going to remember that, that smile you gave them, or the fact that, you went out of your way to make them, the customer, feel appreciated. So that's always great. And then problem solving skills. In customer service, the last thing you need to do is continue to go to, your manager or, whoever that may be. Try to think for yourselves and how to solve whatever problem may come. However, if you do need that assistance, that's what management's there for. That's what, supervisors, that's what other employees are for. So next, we want to thank Barbara Garza, the president and CEO of the Weslaco Area Chamber of Commerce and Visitor Center, and she has a video for us.
Hi, my name is Barbara Jean Garza, and I'm the CEO for the Weslaco Area Chamber of Commerce. I'm here to talk to you a little bit about what we do with the Chamber and who we are. We are a business organization that is a nonprofit. We are focused on servicing businesses and providing them resources and tools to be successful. In addition to that, we really heavily rely on networking and the opportunity to offer marketing support to our businesses in our community. As a Chamber of Commerce, we rely on our members, and our members are our local businesses. Being able to have an opportunity like this in your community, such as a chamber, really allows the business community to come together and be able to support your community. The mission of our Chamber of Commerce is to support the business community and create leadership opportunities that serve the quality of life in our community. So we're really happy to have an opportunity to support our businesses. Now, we're here to talk about customer service. So customer service skills are so critical in an employee when it comes to working in any business. And that's what we're going to talk about today. Before we start that conversation, I want to tell you a little bit about myself and some of my work history. I have worked with the Chamber of Commerce for a little over a year now, and I came from actually working with the University of Texas Rio Grande Valley, where I served several students and supporting them with their jobs and helping them become stronger professionals. Now, customer service skills, like I mentioned, are critical. And as you see students develop their skills, you want to make sure that they're developing them in the right way. There's a lot of things that you can do to help you be successful starting now. Now, going back to my work history, working with the university, I worked with several students. I got to see their transition from being a high school student to being a college student to then being an employee with the university. And I did a lot of work serving the P216 outreach initiatives at the university. Now with the Chamber, I serve the business community. So I'm serving a whole different population, but my role here is to be able to be a resource for the business community in my area. And we do a lot of networking and working with different community members, as well as outside of our community, to bring in resources to help each other. So when we talk about customer service skills, we want to think about what can we do to make our customer happy. When you talk about customer service, you have to be adaptable. And I think that's one of the most important things that an employee should be aware of, whether it's a student, whether it's an adult in an employment opportunity. You really have to think about how can you be adaptable to a situation. And that really comes down to your personality, your skills of being adaptable, but on top of that, being able to develop good relationships. That's one of the biggest and most important things about customer service, is developing that relationship. I would always use this example when I had trainings for my staff. And I would say, if I go to work and I'm in a bad mood and I'm like this, walking around all upset, everyone's going to read that on me. And are they going to want to gravitate to my negative energy? Likely they aren't. But if I come into work and say, I'm happy to be here and I'm excited to serve you, what can I do to help you? How can I help you today find whatever you need? How can I help you find that right tool that you need to be successful? Well, you're going to gravitate towards me. You're going to want to come to ask me questions because you're going to know that I'm here to help you. But if you go to me and you see that I don't want to look at you, I'm avoiding the eye contact because I don't want to help, well, you're going to tell right away that that's not somebody who wants to help you. So it's really important that when you think about customer service, you think about, one, the relationships that you're building. This is an opportunity for you to have a good relationship with somebody or to grow that positive relationship and positive opportunity. So again, that's really critical. Eye contact is another important piece of all this, because when you have great customer service, as an employee, you're going to look to help somebody. You know, you don't want to be the employee that says somebody came in, right? You don't want to do that. You want to be the person that says, if somebody's here, I got this. This is me. I'm going to help this person. I'm going to help them with whatever their needs might be. And this translates into any job. This can be for retail. This can be for a restaurant service. This can be for a business. And the university, our students had to help students all the time. So we had to be ready to be able to serve one another. So things like that are very critical when you talk about customer service skills, because we really want our employees to be strong, to have a positive energy, a positive attitude when it comes to being at work. And again, all of that shows in your demeanor when you're working. Now, the other piece to that I want to share is that it's really important to find something that you really like to do. Now, I'm not going to say that every time you get a job, it's going to be the perfect job for you and you're going to be super excited. This is the job for me. This is the one. It's not always going to be the case. But one thing you have to remember is that every opportunity is a chance for you to learn. So just think about it. You know, when I was a student, when I was in high school and I was working, you know, I didn't go into my first job and I wasn't the owner, I wasn't the manager. You know, I was an employee at that business. And so I had to take the responsibilities that were bestowed on me to be able to support that business, but I wasn't in charge. So you have to understand that you're not always going to jump into a position where you're in charge, and you have to be ready to take ownership of whatever that role might be. Whether it's working in a restaurant, serving people at their table, whether it's working in retail and making sure that the store looks great for your customers. Whatever it is, you want to give it your all. And again, be ready to understand that every job opportunity is an opportunity for you to learn and for you to grow. So what are some things that you can do right now to help you be successful in preparing for a future job? Or if you're working right now, how can you improve those skills? Something that I'd ask you to consider are, one, look at your resume. Do you have a resume? Build one. I think that when you build a resume, you write out everything that you've done, you write out your education, which programs you're in, or any after school programs. All of that helps you understand a little bit more about who you are and helps you kind of gauge the things that you've done. As a student, looking at student resumes where I worked at the university, that was one thing I always looked at. Are these students involved? Because if you're involved and you can be committed to something else, that shows me that you are dedicated and you can have the commitment to be in a job. So I'd really, give that advice, that piece of advice is to create a resume and kind of write everything out that you feel is that what you're doing and reflects you, because that helps you understand a little bit more about who you are and your capabilities and maybe some areas that you need to work on. Now, the other thing I want to mention is you don't want to take no for an answer. And what I mean by that is, sometimes along the way, you're not always going to get the answer that you want, and it may not always be the job that you want, but you want to make sure to not let those kinds of responses hold you back. It's always a learning experience, like I mentioned before. You want to use that as an opportunity to grow. So maybe you didn't get the job that you wanted, maybe you didn't get that internship that you'd applied for, but keep on applying, keep on growing, and don't stop right there. Use it as an opportunity to kick off the next project that you're going to try or something else that you're going to learn. And then keep in mind that right now as a student, your job, and one of your main jobs, is to do well in school. And that is a big, big important factor about how, how or what you're going to do after high school. So it's really important that you focus on your academics, do well in school, think about how you can contribute to your community, and piece all of that together now, so that when you're ready to go to college, you have all of that information, you have all of that experience. You also want to be ready to have letters of support or letters of recommendation. So that means if you're going to ask for a letter of recommendation from your teacher, you probably need to be doing well in that class. So you're not going to go to the class that you're like not doing well and then say, can I have a letter of recommendation? Because that teacher will probably say, well, probably not. But you want to, again, do well in your classes, ask for a letter of recommendation, and collect those too, because you can submit those with an application for a job or even for scholarships and college applications. So all of this helps for you to be a well-rounded student and helps you prepare for whether it's college that's next, applying for a job, or whatever your next steps are going to be. So you have a lot of work ahead. We know that you can do it. And again, it starts now. The preparation is key. And we know that in order to be a great employee, you really have to be adaptable. You have to be willing to work. You have to have a positive attitude and to be willing to give it your all. And I can tell you that from experience of working with students who I've seen work so hard, you know that these employers will appreciate all of those skills. And that's what we're looking for when we come to hiring our employees. I always look for people who I know are going to be hard workers and are going to be their roles. So thank you all so much and have a wonderful day.
We'd like to thank Barbara for joining us and bringing us that video. Definitely great points for you all as students as you progress down your educational path. It's always great to hear from individuals that you know, you might say, okay, they were in my shoes, whatever that may be. So once again, Barbara, thank you so much for sharing that video with us and the great information that you shared. Next with us, we have Dr. Elizabeth Adamson from the Doctors Hospital at Renaissance.
Hello, my name is Dr. Elizabeth Adamson, and I'm the Chief Experience Officer here at DHR Health. One of my goals is to make sure that our employees, our providers, and our patients have a positive experience while they're here with us. And I'm hoping this presentation will help answer some questions that you may have about customer service and professionalism, and what it means to join our organization. Here at DHR Health, customer service isn't always natural. Sometimes it's learned. We have an experience office that focuses on just that, both the patient and the employee experience. Part of our curriculum includes how to communicate respectfully, courteously. We want to make sure that when patients come through our doors, they feel like family. We want to treat them like their family. As a result, we have a big focus this year on the human connection. When patients come through our doors, we want them to feel that we are connecting with them in a meaningful way. Ways that you can prepare for the workforce are by being respectful, arriving to work on time, communicating with intent, making eye contact, smiling, being honest. Those are just some of the basic fundamentals of good communication. When we communicate with somebody here within the organization, we want to make sure that we treat others the way that we would like to be treated. If I had to offer any advice on how to be successful in life, it would be to dream big. And don't limit yourself on any opportunities. It doesn't matter where you came from or who your parents are or your financial status. Aim high and make sure that you get an education. What I've learned is that one equalizer in life is an education. It opens so many doors for you. That, if you have an education and you work hard and you're very goal-oriented, you'll go very far. I know in my own experiences, I'm surrounded by lots of colleagues who work very hard every day, who face a lot of obstacles, but they kept on their journey, and today they're very successful. And they're not just successful from a financial perspective, but they find their careers and their professional status very rewarding, and that can be equally important. Good customer service is the key to good business. So hospitals aren't like a business, hospitals are a business. And what we have to remember is that patients have a choice. We're not the only healthcare provider in the Rio Grande Valley or even in Texas, or for that matter, the country. Patients have a choice, and therefore our patients are our customers, and we need to treat them as such. When patients come through our doors, we need to treat them with compassion, show them that we care, and most importantly, establish a connection. You don't want to be treated like a number, a room number, a diagnosis, or a condition. You want to be treated like a person. They want to feel that we care. Compassion and empathy are probably two of the most important qualities a caregiver, a provider, or an employee can display. It's important that the patient feel connected to the organization. As they're struggling through one of probably their most vulnerable moments in life, they need to feel they've come to an organization that cares about them as a person and not just their condition. So in addition to that soft skills, we've talked a little bit about how to connect, but we want to make sure that all patients that enter through our system have a good experience. As a result, we've established a whole new program to talk about the patient experience. From the moment the patient enters our healthcare system, we want them to feel welcome. We have a team designated to greet them and escort them to their destination. They're registered by a team of professionals who have been trained how to communicate effectively with the patients, asking them if they have any more questions because they have the time. Once they reach the nursing unit, aside from the staff welcoming them to the floor, letting them know that we're going to communicate not just with them, but with their families to keep them informed. We have a team of experienced navigators that connect with every patient multiple times a day, asking them if they have any questions or what else we can do to improve their experience. We want to make sure that anybody that's here at DHR Health receives a good experience, not just them, but their families as well. And by the way, when the patient gets discharged, we're going to call them again. We're going to make sure that we learn from whatever we could have done better to make sure the next patient has a better experience also. Those post-discharge calls have provided us with many opportunities to continuously improve our service. Well, first we meet with the employee to understand why they're having some challenges. We want to identify what the problem is so that we can work on solutions together. We try to provide opportunities to coach and provide additional education as needed. We want to make sure that we work together with the employees because as part of the DHR Health family, we want to make sure that we offer employees a positive experience as well. Well, thank you for your time today. I hope that you found this valuable. And just remember, here at DHR Health, we're here for you for life.
We'd like to thank Dr. Adamson for providing us with that video. Definitely great information on behalf of what DHR does here in the Rio Grande Valley. Seems like they are working on customer service day in and day out, and even once the patient's gone, obviously that's a great thing to have for their organization. Next, we have a presentation from Texas Tech University in Lubbock, Texas. And we have Veronica Kanefield with us, and I'm going to play her video.
So I think that the really great thing about the academics here at Tech is that there's such a broad range of academics. In my experience, being a classics major, but also on the pre-med track, I can get involved in two very different programs and still get an awesome academic experience. Honestly, professors can either make or break a class for you, and so having really awesome faculty only adds to the experience.
They sit down with you, they really want to get to know you personally, and they want to make sure that you're going to be on the right path for your future.
Our job is to find out what makes them passionate. Our job is to find out what they are most curious about. And our job is to help them in the labs, in the archives, in the libraries, figure out how they're going to reach their goals, how they're going to move to the next level. And Tech is one of the few schools, not only in Texas, but also in the country, that a medical school, an undergraduate program, and a graduate program on the same continuous campus. And so that kind of shows all of our areas of academic expertise.
My number one reason why I came to Texas Tech was because of the academics. I wanted to create a future for myself, and I knew Texas Tech was going to be the right place for me. The university keeps me involved as a student by providing over 500 different organizations on campus, and as your own individual, you can really find your specific organization that you're going to fit in. TAB, which stands for Tech Activities Board, provides free movie nights. They provide free games on campus for students.
They're also in charge of Arbor Day, and so they do events like that here on campus as well, just to promote student life. I am a member of President Select, which is the ambassadors for campus. We give tours, we get to represent the university, do cool things like that. I'm also an executive member of my sorority,
I'm involved in Mortar Board, which is the top 50 seniors on campus. And I'm also going to get involved in undergraduate teacher as well. Being involved in different areas of campus allows you to meet different types of people, and so that really allows you to grow your friendships in like different ways than you like thought you could grow them. And so definitely the people, I think, is the number one main thing about getting involved, is you just get to meet so many cool people and make those connections that are going to help you not only if you're in college but also like later on in life too.
School spirit is probably like my favorite part about Texas Tech.
My favorite Texas Tech tradition is the Carol of Lights. It takes place, I think, a few weeks before finals. And it's where the whole campus is lit up with 6 miles of red lights. I love it. It's so much fun.
Getting into sporting events, it's included in your tuition. And so basically all you have to do is swipe your ID card and it'll get you in.
My first Texas Tech game, didn't know what to expect. You know, I was just going out there with some friends. And I hadn't quite bought into the school spirit yet. But, you know, after the Fearless Champion, which is the name of our horse, comes out, the band's playing, the crowd's going wild. You know, you talk about goosebumps. Like that gets me fired up every time.
It feels very united, and it feels like there's such a sense of community. It's awesome being a part of that, being a student, and knowing that you're the central thing here, and that everyone wants Texas Tech to succeed. Everyone wants you to succeed.
I think Lubbock is a great college town because it's not too big and it's also not a small town. You have that big city feel here. You can go out to dinner at all these great new restaurants, but you're also not stuck in traffic for an hour and a half.
Other things to do in Lubbock kind of range on the spectrum. I really like the live music scene. First Friday Art Trail is also really cool. Tech students, actually artwork is displayed.
We're not too far from New Mexico and Ruidoso and all those great places, but we're also not too far from Dallas, where we can go and see a big city.
I like going outdoors. I like hiking. So they have Caprock Canyon, which is about an hour and a half away, and then Palo Duro, which is closer to 2 hours away. And you can also go to New Mexico, and you can go to the White Sands, or you can go to the Guadalupe Mountains, or you go to Carlsbad Cavern. So if you're like a nature enthusiast, or if you like to go back to the cities, you can get to either one of them from them.
I think it's a huge advantage to have students that are from everywhere. You get a lot of different point of views. You get to learn a lot about the country and even the world in some cases. And so it's a really great learning experience to really have yourself immersed in a diverse culture like what Lubbock and Texas Tech offer.
The vibe of the people here in Lubbock is what makes Lubbock a great college town. Everybody wants somebody to succeed. Everybody wants to be neighborly. Everybody wants to be friendly. And so I think as a college student, the first time you're away from your parents, this is a great community to kind of build yourself and find who you are while you're in
college. Well, Veronica, thank you so much for sharing that video. I know you're with us. If there's any questions, please put them in the. You can pose a question to us. Send us information. We definitely appreciate it. I believe I'm correct, Veronica. You may correct me. Super Bowl champion Patrick Mahomes with Texas Tech.
Hi, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, awesome. My name is Veronica Canfield, and I am the Regional Manager of Central and South Texas Recruitment. So thank you for taking some time to share some information about Texas Tech University with those that are on the webinar with us here today. You are correct. Patrick Mahomes was the Super Bowl MVP. Very exciting things going on at Texas Tech University, and I hope this video gave you a great glimpse of what Texas Tech University has to offer you. In the chat section, I will drop my contact information and also a virtual version of our view book since we aren't able to be with you today. If you'd like to gather more information or reach out to me, please feel free to do so. And thank you so much for having us.
Well, thank you for being with us. We definitely appreciate it. And like I said, for the students that are out there, if you have any questions, she's going to share her information in the chat. We'll make sure you get it. Don't hesitate to reach out. Take a look, view, go visit. Allow yourself to be great. And that's an opportunity, just visiting different campuses. So, all right. Well, thank you so much for that. I'm going to jump to the next slide. And my screen technology is getting to me right here. Give me just a moment. Okay. All right. Well, next we're fortunate to have Marco Flores from the University of Texas at Arlington. They provided 2 different videos for us, so I'm going to go ahead and share those videos if you give me just a moment. All right, let me go ahead and click the next. Excuse me. All right, we definitely appreciate the University of Texas at Arlington. Unfortunately, Mr. Flores could not be with us today. Let me make sure of that. Yes, he's unable to be with us today, but we definitely appreciate him showing some videos on UT Arlington about the everyday life and then some of the facilities that were shown. So we'd like to thank him for providing that for us. Well, that concludes session 1. Whoop, I went backwards. Excuse me. That concludes session 1 of the employability and soft skills. We want to thank you for joining us. We want to thank our presenters for the videos they provided, and Ms. Canfield for joining us and talking a little bit there. We definitely appreciate that. As you've heard, if you've been with us most of the week, we are conducting a survey of every session, which gives you the opportunity to put your name in the hat for a raffle. Give me just a moment. There's a question. Okay, she's just shared her contact information. Let me reshare it real quick with everybody. You should be able to, give me just a moment. Copy entire audience. Paste. All right, I just sent her Ms. Canfield's contact information if you want to reach out to her. But like I was saying, our Expo Committee was able to purchase several items. You can see Chromebooks, wireless earbuds, portable phone chargers, wireless printers, and then we had one of our presenters, Todd Ayton, who's an author. He gave us 2 books to be able to raffle, How to Get the Job. So if you pull out your phone, point it at the QR code on the camera, open the camera, point at the QR code, it should automatically open up a survey. Go ahead and complete the survey, submit it, and then you'll be entered in for a great chance to win. We just have over just 100 items that we're going to be raffling off on November the 10th, and it's going to be on our Facebook page. So if you haven't had a chance, go like our Facebook page, RGV Lead. Not only will you be able to see this, but a lot of other great things that RGV Lead does here in the Rio Grande Valley, and we definitely appreciate each and every one of you. Don't forget, coming up next, we have using social media at 10 o'clock in the morning, dressing for success at 11, and then finally to finish out our conference at 1 o'clock, we have personal technology while at work. The last one's going to be great. We have a special message at the end of the session, so if you'd like to join us, we definitely appreciate it. Thank you so much for this. We will email out the link for the survey in case you're not able to access the QR code. We know there's sometimes technology difficulties, so we're going to go ahead and email that out today. So we definitely appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you and have a great day.